Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, man. Going down. So it seems as if that Deontay Wilder has now returned. He's finally came back and gave a full-fledged interview and gave basically a good look inside himself and showing everybody pretty much where he's at mentally and how he's feeling, you know, about the whole situation and how everything is playing out. So it was good to hear from Deontay Wilder. He seemed to be in real high spirits. And, you know, I'll leave a link in the description box, of course, to the actual full-fledged interview. It's the first interview on the list, I believe. Deontay Wilder and Anthony Durrell's episode. So y'all check that out, man. We'll play some excerpts in this particular video, and we'll talk about some of the things he talked about. But he seemed like he's in high spirits, man, which is always a real good thing. He seems like he's spending a lot of time with his family. He says he's back home in Alabama. He's spending time around nature, around water, just reflecting and thinking about a lot of things and how things played out. And that's exactly what he needed to do, I think. You know, stay away from the cameras. No need to be playing into all of these narratives that's running around and how the fans are feeling about this and how the fans are feeling about that. Deontay Wilder got to just right now, just like he said, reflect. And after that point of reflection, time to get back, retool, and get back into the game, you know. So I like his mindset, not defeated. He said he had a lot to say in his interview, man, a lot of strong things. So we're just going to take some, like I said, a couple minutes, excerpt away from the interview. We'll commentate throughout, and we'll stop, you know, we'll pause, we'll play it, we'll commentate on the things that he said, and we'll just leave it there. But I'll leave a link in the description box so y'all can check the full interview. So let's check what Deontay Wilder talked about.
No, not at all. Even with the first of the bell, you know, the thing about it is that it's easy to understand, you know, what type of person Deontay Wilder was in that moment in time. You know, even when I took off my mask and the things that I was doing, you know, I've been in this sport for a very long time. People have seen me fight, you know, all over the world for a very long time. So people automatically knows, you know, how I am and, you know, how I should look. And people that know boxing know that that wasn't Deontay Wilder that night. I was a zombie that night. It was something, like I said, I can't talk about a lot of things, but it wasn't Deontay Wilder that night. You can tell from the mask, from my reaction to certain things that I was doing in the ring. You know, you can look from the first fight into the second fight, and you can tell it was two different people, you know, that night, from a guy that from the first start of the bell was in retrieve mode to the first fight when the first start of the bell, a guy was on the hunt. You know, you don't go backwards, you go forward. And that night, I wasn't myself. I felt like a zombie in there. I felt there's a lot of things I can't say, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things I'm just sitting back and I'm
gonna stop right there for a minute, man. So Deontay Wilder was talking about basically how he felt that night, and he said that he didn't feel like himself that night. He says that, you know, in the first few minutes, you know, if taking off his mask, he just, you know, everyone knew something was wrong. From looking at the first fight to going to the second fight, you could tell there was a difference, you know. And he felt like a zombie that night. And he's not going to go too much onto it. As he's alluding to saying that there could have been something more to it that he just don't want to talk about or feel comfortable talking about at this particular time. You know what I mean? But I'll just say, you know, from a PR standpoint, I think it's Deontay Wilder's best interest to just say, you know what, it wasn't my night. Even, you know, if you want to allude to other things or whatever, it is what it is. It's over with. We're moving forward. We're going to a third fight. But just say it wasn't my night. Don't try to allude to things. Don't try to, you know, if you're not going to give the full-fledged of what you're trying to allude to, in my opinion, just leave it be and just say, you know, hey, I was off that night. It was Fury's night that night. You know, I wasn't feeling like myself, but it is what it is, and I'm looking forward to the third fight. No need to kind of, you know, sprinkle doubt in people's minds and try to make it like, you know, something happened to me or something was done to me, even, you know, if it was. But if you're not ready to talk about it full-fledged, I just think that you should leave it alone, man. You know, well, who knows? Maybe it's good for promotion, you know, because there will be fans that say, yeah, you see what he can't say this, but he really meant to say this, and we got to say it for him, you know. There'll be fans that'll take positions like that. So it could be good for promotion. But I think from Deontay Wilder's standpoint, just say, yo, man, I had an off night, you know, and he was the better man that night, but I'm looking forward to fight 3. Let's keep listening.
But we only can get stronger, learn from a lot of situations, learn from this situation, and get better and better. It's not over, you know. In my eyes, I don't see Fury as a champion. It's still going. You know, he ain't the champion yet. We still got one more fight left. You know, and at the end of the day, I'm happy. You know, my family's happy.
You know, I agree with that 100%. That's exactly what I've been telling boxing fans. You know, look, this ain't over. That was a battle. That wasn't the war. You know, he won a battle. He didn't win the war. This is an ongoing thing. Deontay Wilder goes in there and win this third fight. This whole scheme changes. Everything changes. The landscape of the heavyweight division may even change. A lot of things may get put on hold. It would definitely make Eddie Hearn's give Eddie Hearn a lot of headaches. You know what I mean? So if Deontay Wilder, which is very possible, and I believe, because he has game-changing power, he has what people were saying prior to his loss, legendary power. This is the strongest heavyweight puncher of this era, what they were calling him. And when you have a tool like that, you just never know. And this same particular tool also put Tyson Fury down twice in the first fight. So we can never count Deontay Wilder out in the third fight. Now, of course, you know, for him to say that he doesn't see Tyson Fury as the actual champ and say, hey, man, because it's an ongoing thing. And I think a lot of people may come against him and try to say something like that. Of course, he respects Tyson Fury, but at the end of the day, how can I say he's the certified champ when we still have a thing still going? We still got a date. We're still going to fight again for this belt. What we had was a trilogy, not something that was going to be settled in one fight, and we knew this from pretty much day one. So let's go. Let's keep listening.
And I'm looking forward to giving the world the best of Deontay Wilder.
You sort of answered my next question. After the fact, how difficult was it to put the loss behind you and turn the page? It sounds like you did that pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you gotta understand that, you know, in life comes many ways. You know, in life, many people lose more than they win. And the thing about losing, some people don't know how to bounce back off a loss in life. You know, that's why when people win all the time, people always want to see a person lose. You know, not so much because they win all the time, but I look at it as a point. They want to see how that person get up. How do you get off the ground from losing and different things? Because you know, I told people, I may have lost in the ring, but I'm winning in life. You know what I'm saying? It's two different things. But, you know, I take this time and, you know, just sit back and make myself even hungrier. You know, sometimes you can be in a position you can do something for so long period of time where you get used to certain things, you get comfortable with certain things. You know, you still have that hunger, but it ain't the same as when you first got into it, trying to get into the rankings and then trying to be a hot prospect and then go on to be fight for a world title and then become a champion. You know, it allowed that hunger to come back to where I started to when I gained the title. So there's been a lot of different things, you know.
That's good, man. That's good to know that. He knows that he needs that, to recognize that is always a positive sign, man. Deontay Wilder says he's taking his time to get his hunger back. He's digging deep. He wants to feel the same. He feels the same way as he does before he won the title. And that's something that he definitely needs going into this fight. He needs to be starving, hungry. They asked Deontay Wilder during this interview, was he in the gym? Was he training? And he says, you know, due to the fact he just also revealed that he had recently had surgery on his bicep, that he has not been training, but he is starving to get into the gym. So, you know, I mean, that's a good attitude to have. You got to have that hunger, man. But for him to admit that he got comfortable at the top, I mean, he's been reigning for so long. I mean, he went through a lot of opponents, you know, knocking them out. A lot of fans and a lot of media or whatever was hyping up the power of Deontay Wilder, and he started to sit back and realize that, you know, he does have a powerful tool, and sometimes it can make you complacent and just say, you know, if this thing is working like this every fight, why am I working on so many other things when all I have to do is worry about this? Well, Tyson Fury showed otherwise. Tyson Fury showed him, yes, you better work on other things, because I'm the kind of heavyweight where just one shot, that ain't enough to work. Even in the first fight, it put Tyson Fury down twice, but it didn't keep him down. Some may say, yeah, in that 12th round, you know what I mean, it was a little long count. But at the end of the day, it didn't keep him down. And it took something else. It took something else. Even in that 12th round, remember when in the first fight, when Tyson Fury got up, he took it to Deontay Wilder. So Deontay Wilder, though he put Tyson Fury down, there was nothing more he had to offer in that particular 12th round to finish Tyson Fury. You see what I'm saying? And that's sometimes it takes a little bit more. And Deontay Wilder realizes that. And that's good. That's good. Like I said, he got his hunger back. He's calm. He doesn't have a defeated mindset. He ain't on social media listening to all of the clowns that's running around here trying to say whatever they got to say against him. He ain't listening to none of that. He's blocking out Eddie Hearn. You know what I mean? He's chilling next to the water. And that's good, champ. We rooting for you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he comes back and take his rightful place. Right now is a time for reflection, but soon a time for action is going to come. That time ain't right now, but it's coming. Let my man heal up. Let him get ready for this third fight. Tyson Fury, it's on and popping all day. To the next one. Don't forget, thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Don't forget, on Twitter, MadeMan511, Facebook, Main Man Made Man Boxing Forum, Instagram, Main Man Made Man. Yeah, man. Good to see the champ in good spirits, man. This is a positive thing, man. And also, y'all see the news that came out a little earlier. Eddie Hearn, oh yeah, Wilder would have been stupid to take the step aside money, of course. So basically what you're admitting was that you were setting a trap for Deontay Wilder. Too bad it ain't work, old Eddie. Old slick Eddie. Always trying it, man. But it is what it is. To the next one, man. Thumbs up. Peace out.